Hey guys, this is Pyrotech with another Halo 5 Guardians beta video. In this video, I'm going to talk about Halo 5's new game type, Breakout. Breakout, for those who haven't played it yet, is an elimination game type. So far, the playlist includes two maps, Crossfire and Trench, both of which feature a VR theme and look like they were created in Forge. The maps have a layout similar to that of a paintball field, with walls thrown around sporadically for cover and a couple of elevated positions and tunnels. The game is played in 2-minute rounds. The team to eliminate the enemy team wins the round, and if you die you're left to spectate until the end of the round. The first team to win 5 rounds wins. Now, before I go into more detail about Breakout, I have a couple of questions. Why is this game type in the game? Elimination game types have never worked in the Halo series, and I see no reason why this would change now. Who is this game type aimed at? I understand there are Halo fans out there that aren't interested in competitive modes and prefer more casual modes or like to mix things up, but at the same time, I doubt these same players will be interested in modes that take them out of the action for long periods of time. And finally, how many resources have 343 poured into this game mode? I hope it's not much, because my guess is that this playlist will be dead less than 6 months after launch, so I hope 343 haven't spent too much time on this game type that will likely serve a very niche audience. Sorry for sounding negative, but I guess I've still got a bitter taste in my mouth after 343 managed to ruin Capture the Flag in Halo 4, a game type that Bungie had revolutionized in the original Halo. So forgive me if I'm a little skeptical about 343's latest game type offering. In Breakout, you spawn with an SMG and a pistol. You're launched into battle with your teammates and immediately you want to find cover. There's a few battle rifles and assault rifles available, which are usually skipped up pretty quickly, so you have to act fast if you want one. You're given limited shields, which seems to benefit the automatic weapons, and it feels like a weird hybrid between classic Halo and SWAT. Straight away, any competitive gamer will notice two huge flaws. Firstly, there is no incentive to move. In elimination game types, staying alive is extremely important. Dying early in a round puts your team at a severe disadvantage, so players need to act extremely cautiously. Not to mention, staring at a death screen for a minute kinda sucks. I know it's only a beta, but having no objective on the map besides eliminating your enemy is kind of embarrassing. Even having a placeholder objective on the map, such as the neutral flag in the middle, would be better than having nothing. The only reason Breakout sees any action at all right now is because everyone is running around like a bunch of headless chooks. In a real competitive game, teams would have absolutely zero reason to move away from their spawn, as the round ends in a tie if the timer runs out, and the penalty for dying for no reason is simply too great. It's better for a team to camp and hide the instant they're a teammate down, as forcing a tie is better than trying to win with a player disadvantage. Games like Counter-Strike work because attacking teams need to accomplish an objective within a time limit or they lose the round. This means they're forced to act, and the defending teams are forced to react. Secondly, once you've been eliminated from a round, the third-person spectator camera provides far too much useful information to your team. Apparently, Quinn Del Hoyo, Halo 5's multiplayer designer, doesn't think this is a problem, as evident by this tweet where he says that teams with better communication will win. Well, Quinn, perhaps you'll change your mind when you see players running around in circles like a merry-go-round avoiding each other to force a tie. I mean, can't you see how much abuse this tactic would get at higher levels of play? This sort of thing shouldn't even pass a water cooler, let alone make it into a public beta. Players that have been eliminated should be forced to view their teammates in first-person mode, so they're unable to peek around corners for their teammates. Moving dead players to a separate voice channel isn't good enough, unfortunately, as many gamers use third-party chat programs. Honestly, Breakout worries me. With the amount of work it seems 343 has put into this mode, I get a sneaking suspicion that this is their idea of competitive Halo. Well, it's not, and I can only pray that it never will be. Overall, I find myself perplexed as to why 343 would try introducing an elimination game type as a major feature when it's been proven that most Halo players don't have an interest in elimination modes. It also seems that Breakout goes against 343's new direction for Halo 5, which seems to be about fast map movement with a game type that requires players to move around the map very cautiously. Breakout certainly doesn't accomplish anything that Counter-Strike doesn't already do 100 times better, and I feel as 343 should create game types around Halo's strengths rather than its weaknesses. With that said, I present you with my game type suggestion for Halo 5, Double Domination. Don't worry, that's not a DVD from the adult section. It's an old game type from Unreal Tournament that could prove to be incredibly fun for Halo 5. Or maybe not. Of course, Unreal is a lot faster than Halo 5, but I feel the game type could be adjusted to work with Halo 5's new movement mechanics. For those unfamiliar with Double Domination, allow me to explain. Double Domination requires a team to control two parts of the map at once for 10 consecutive seconds without interruption. This is done by capturing static zones on the map, much like King of the Hill or territories in previous Halo games. In Unreal, this is done simply by stepping on a plate on the ground. Once you have the zone captured, you can move out of the zone to defend it. When you have both zones secured, you will hear a countdown, and the other team will have 10 seconds to capture a zone back to prevent you from scoring a point. If successful, a team is awarded a point and the zones disappear from the map temporarily to allow players to scavenge around for weapons and regroup before both teams fight for control of the zones again. What really makes this game type awesome is the last second saves and suicide runs to interrupt the domination. The game type also allows for some cool tactical decisions. Do you send 2 players to each zone, or do you send all your players to one zone to overwhelm your opponent? While I don't think this game type would have worked in previous Halo titles, we might as well embrace sprint and ground pound with a game type like this that could utilize such abilities. For Double Domination to work in Halo 5, some adjustments may be needed. For example, perhaps the time to capture will need to be 20 seconds instead of 10 to allow time for respawns, as instant respawns don't work in Halo like they do in Unreal Tournament. The method of capturing a zone would also need some testing to see if simply touching the plate works well with the movement mechanics and the average kill times. Well, in conclusion, I don't enjoy Breakout. It takes too much influence from other games that simply do it better, without offering anything new or innovative. While some may enjoy the game type, I'd much prefer to be testing other objective game types such as Capture the Flag or Oddball, which are staples of the Halo series and more likely to be played by a larger portion of the Halo community. I feel giving Breakout the spotlight is a big mistake, and it worries me about the direction in which 343 is trying to steer Halo 5. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll have another beta video coming out in a few days with my opinions on the new maps and weapons that were also introduced to the beta this week. Cheers guys!